So President Trump just held a news conference and signed an executive order where he said they were going to slash the size of the federal government. He had his boy Elon Musk standing up there. And I don't want to pretend that for my federal sector folks that this isn't concerning and there won't be efforts to get rid of folks. But here are 3 reasons why you should take heart. Hi, I'm Tom Spiggle with the Spiggle Law Firm. We help people who've been fired or afraid they might be in Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. We represent federal sector workers nationwide. Number 1, the courts. The Trump administration has lost almost every court challenge that they've had so far, whether it's freezing of federal funds, the stopping of the fork in the road / fork in the eye offer, the effort to dismantle USAID. And while these aren't, perfect efforts, they won't be permanent. They are slowing their roll. And while there was some concern, and still is, that the administration might not follow court orders, so far they are. And they are not agreeing with them, but seem to be mostly complying with them and choosing to go through legal channels rather than just, giving the court system the middle finger, which would be a true constitutional crisis. Number 2, members of Congress, even Republican ones, are starting to wake up. As you know, most of the federal workers are not based here in D.C. and the DMV area. They're out in, quote, real America. When they're in Republican districts, they are in Democratic districts. And these members of Congress are starting to get clued in because their members are contacting them that, cutting these government programs are going to hurt their own constituents. And these are their neighbors, their co-workers, people that they know. So we're seeing members of Congress, even if they are not directly opposing efforts to cull the federal government, they are working behind the scenes and raising some concerns with regard to specific cuts and specific agencies. Number 3, remember, you still have all the federal and employment law rights that you had when you started. The Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 still applies. Civil Service Reform Act still applies. You still have a due process right to your job. Does that mean you can't be let go? No, but it does mean that you may have recourse depending on how the government tries to go about this. So keep that in mind, that you still got those employment law rights. It's never a bad idea to talk to a lawyer about these. If things for you are starting to go sideways, there may be some things that you can do. And number 4, I'll say, it never hurts to have a plan B. There are a lot of career services folks who work just with federal sector agencies. You can find them on our website, spigglellaw.com/resume services. And there's some folks up there we specifically note work with federal sector employees. So it doesn't mean you have to leave your job, but it certainly helps lessen your anxiety if you know you've got a plan to find something else. So I hope that's helpful. I know these can be very nerve-wracking times for federal sector employees. It's going to continue to be a rough ride for a while, but you are not without recourse and you are not without hope. So keep fighting out there.